Hello and welcome to the new style Edexcel GCSEs. These are the ones that go from grades 9 through to grade 1. This is paper 1 MA1/3H. It's the third paper in the higher tier. It is a calculator paper, so we are allowed to use calculators, and we're picking up in question 7. The cumulative frequency table shows the marks some students got in a test. And so here we've got our marks, and here we've got our table. On the grid, plot a cumulative frequency graph for this information. Now, because I'm really rubbish at drawing, I've actually taken the time to draw it carefully so that you can get a nice, neat view of what it should look like. If you can draw it with a nice smooth curves, that's even better, but you are allowed to link them with straight lines. But you're looking to make sure all these points are in the correct place. So the key here is that where you've got your interval between 0 and 10, you're looking to put your mark where x is 10, and then the cumulative frequency here, so that's 8, and we put it here. And then again for the 20, we've got that interval between 0 and 20, so it's at the 20, that's where we put the mark. And on the y-axis is at 23, and on the x-axis you've got your 30, and on the y-axis it's 48, and so on all the way through. Now you'll note that this is a cumulative frequency, so you do not have to add up each one. So you don't make this one 23 plus 8, which you would have done if this was the frequency, but it's not the frequency, it's the cumulative frequency, so you're really just reading off the data and plotting the data on your chart, and then join them up. So it's really is that simple. It's just a case of being accurate where you draw your marks. Okay, so part B says find the median mark. Okay, so the median, this chart goes from 0 up to the highest level is 80. So the median is going to be half of the 80, so halfway between 0 and 80, which is 40. So we've got to read along the 40, and the median is going to be whatever the value on the x-axis is. So I'm going to take a line here, and I'm going to read down. Okay, so we've got halfway between 20 and 30 is 25, so that's 26. I make it 27, 26 and a half, 27, something like that. I think it's 27. So I'm going to put 27 as the median. Okay, so students either pass the test or fail the test. The pass mark is set so that 3 times as many students fail the test as pass the test. Find an estimate for the lowest possible pass mark. Okay, so what we're looking for is 3/4 of the way between the 0 and the 80. So this is basically the upper quartile, because we're looking for 3/4 of the students to fail. So if 3/4 of the students fail, we've got to get up a quarter of the way between 80 and 0. Or 80, counting down from 80. So if the median is 40, then halfway between 40 and 80 is 60, so we're looking at the 60. The other way you could have calculated it is to say, so from 0 to 80 is 80, and then 80 divided by 4 is 20, and then 20 times 3 is 60. So you've got 3/4 of the way from 0 to 80. And so we're looking at the 60 mark. We move along to the curve here. And I'm going to read down and find the value on the x-axis where the y-axis is 60. Okay, so I've got, this is 35, So this is 36, 37 maybe. I'm going to put 37 from my chart. Okay, so picking up now in question 8, it says write 0.000068 in standard form. So in standard form, the first number has to be 1 or above, but not 10. It can be any number higher than 1, or 1 or higher, but it must be less than 10. So we're looking at our 6.8. And now what have we got to do to this number to turn it into 6.8? So we've got to move the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the right. In other words, we've got to multiply by 10 to the power 5. So if this number is 6.8, in order to get back to this number, we've got to multiply by 10 to the power minus 5. And a little side note here, if you are a little bit unsure about your calculations, you can check on a calculator. If you take your calculator and you type this number in, you've got to be very careful about typing it in correctly. So that's 0.1234 and then a 6 and then an 8. And now if we press equals and then we press this F to E button, it will turn it into something like 6.8 E minus 5. That's 6.8 times 10 to the power minus 5. That's how you would read the E minus 5. Some calculators have that ability, so check with your calculator. If your calculator has that ability, it is a useful way to check and to go easily from standard form to normal notation and back again. So you can go like that and very quickly convert. But that's just a quirk of some calculators. If they have that ability, it's not cheating to use that ability, although it can be time consuming, and in an exam, if you can do it in your head, it's quicker to do it in your head. But if you're not confident and you want to check on your calculator, you are allowed to do that, and it's not cheating. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in a future video.